Hi, everybody. Welcome to my homestead and welcome to my channel. My name is Jared. We're going to give it a few minutes for people to join. I'm going live, and there is an event underway right now. Turns out there are 7 coronal mass ejections that are going to hit the Earth. So before they were talking about like 3, and then it was 5, and now it's 7. And so that number caught my attention, and I think something, I don't know, I feel like a sign is taking place right now. I'm going to show you some stuff that I found on X, but I'm going to give it a minute. For right now, who's here? Let me know if you're watching this live. Put something in the chat. Let me know where you're from. Are you aware of what's going on today? Did you watch my previous video? If you live in the United States or Europe, there is a pretty good chance that you'll see the Aurora tonight. So I'm looking forward to that. It's still pretty light outside where I'm at, but this may be the only time that I see the Aurora. I don't know. Stu Derhe, Oceanside, California. Amber Hardy, Highland, Utah. Yeah, Utah is like Kansas. There's a chance that you might see the Aurora tonight. Has anybody been able to use their eclipse glasses and look at the sunspot? Because the sunspot that's producing these CMEs is so large that you can see it with the naked eye using eclipse glasses, of course. And we were looking at that today. In fact, let me pull that up right now. Switch over to this. This is the Christian Homestead Facebook page. I would encourage you to like it, follow it. I put additional content on there. Here, I'll put the link for it in the chat. So make sure to follow me on Facebook. But, you know, this just all started happening all of a sudden really fast. You know, I was looking at X and everybody was talking about these CMEs, and they're currently hitting the Earth right now and producing some pretty incredible scenes in Europe. So I guess the first part of it was, well, at least for me, being able to see the sunspot. I hope that you've had a chance to see the sunspot if you have eclipse glasses. That's the first time that I've ever seen one with my own eyes. But tonight there's the possibility for the Aurora in much of the U.S. So let me pull that up. Let me zoom in. So this is the Aurora Forecast produced by the University of Alaska Fairbanks. And you can see like pretty much like this green area is where you should be able to see it. Of course, your chances get less and less as you get to the outer edge of this area, but it comes all the way down to Utah, Colorado, all of Kansas, northern Oklahoma, northern Arkansas, Tennessee, North Carolina, you know, like tiny little bits of South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, but not really. And then northern Nevada and California. So that's kind of where the line is at. I'm really, really hoping that I get to see this tonight. I've never seen the Aurora ever. Okay, so we got okay, wait, hold on. Crochet Mama, good evening. I haven't watched the video yet. I'm in Southeast Missouri. Well, it looks like Southeast Missouri is included in this forecast, so make sure to take a look outside tonight. Look up in the sky. Ann Johnson, hey from North Carolina. Lisa Jex, Linwood, Washington. Jesse Daniels, hi from Wisconsin. Vicky Smith, Vicky Rigby, Idaho. Pretty much everyone so far. You should be able to see it tonight. The Books of Academia, watching from Laurel, Maryland, where I'm getting loaded with ice cream. Cool. Lenzo, excuse me, Lenzo, Las Vegas in the house. Unfortunately, Las Vegas. Well, actually, this like dark green line right here. My understanding is that like you may, if you're within this area, if you look on the horizon, you may see it. I think that's what this represents. And then if you're in this like green area, then it's going to be more, not so much on the horizon, but a little bit more overhead. And the closer you get to this like dark green area, it'll be more and more overhead. I believe that's how it works. Eve Dame, another from North Carolina, USA. Ian Johnson, woohoo. Hey, Eve. Lenzo, I want to take my girlfriend out to the desert to see it, but I work at night. Dang it. I'm so sorry to hear that. Okay, so this is what's going on right now. So this is a compilation of all these different pictures coming out of Europe. This is what Europe looks like right now. Red skies and pink skies and purple skies. Is that what we're going to see here in the United States? I don't know, but this is pretty crazy. It's because of this. In the center here, this is where the sun is at. Here are the CMEs that have been spewed out by the sun. And we are right here, this black dot. This is Earth. So there's a lot of buzz about this right now. It's an unusual event. I'm going to read a couple things in just a minute here. Here, let me move this over here. Maybe that's better. Yeah, that's what's going on right now with planet Earth. Right now, if it's still sunny where you are, you might want to go outside if you have eclipse glasses. And I don't know about right now, but I'm sure that the sunspot is probably still visible. So you might want to go check that out. We saw it earlier today. Okay, so this is from NOAA. Strong geomagnetic storm reaches Earth, continues through weekend. And so one of the reasons why I'm doing this live stream is because of this. NOAA space weather forecasters have observed at least 7 coronal mass ejections. If you're just joining right now, I was talking about the fact that in the previous video that I made, at first they were saying, like, from what I saw, it seemed like at first they were saying there were 3, and then they were saying that there were 5. One guy was like, it looks like there may even be 7. And so now NOAA is confirming it. There's at least 7. Maybe there'll be more, but it's just interesting that if it stays at 7, I already feel like it's a sign, but it just makes it that much more of a sign to me if there were 7 CMEs fired off at Earth from the sun. Expected to arrive on Earth as early as midday Friday, which it already has. That's why you have the auroras visible in Europe, and then persisting through Sunday, May 12th. This is a quote from, let's see, NOAA's Space Weather Prediction Center Director, Clinton Wallace. This is an unusual and potentially historic event. So, okay, geomagnetic storm to continue. So here's an update. This is just from within the last hour. Excuse me. Key messages. Severe G4 geomagnetic storm conditions have been observed today. It is very likely that geomagnetic storming will persist through the weekend as several additional Earth-directed coronal mass ejections are in transit to Earth's outer atmosphere. Impacts. High frequency, very high frequency, ultra high frequency communications, GPS, power grids, spacecraft, satellite navigation, and other technologies may be affected. Critical infrastructure operators have been notified. Cause, well, we already talked about that, but now this is another number that changed. When this first came on my radar, they were saying that the sunspot was 15 Earths wide, 15 diameters of Earth wide. And then when I did the video, it was 16. And I was like, oh, maybe it's grown. And now they're saying that it's 17 times larger than Earth. And that's an interesting number by itself. It's been a while since I've really talked about 17, but you have 2 numbers in that, 10 and 7, which are both considered numbers of perfection and completion. So that's interesting. President Nelson is the 17th president, 17th president of the church. And there's more, but I'm not going to go over that whole list right now. But so we got a 7, we have 17. Context, only 3 severe G4 magnetic storms have occurred so far this solar cycle since 2019. The last extreme G5 event occurred with the Halloween storms in October 2003, which resulted in power outages in Sweden and damaged transformers in South Africa. So we're at a G4, and in the video that I did earlier today, the last time that there was a G4 was the 23rd of March, which was just 2 days before the Kirtland Temple reopened. They're saying that this is the first forecasted or first geomagnetic, like G4 geomagnetic storm watch that's been issued in like 20 years. So there have been G4 geomagnetic storms, but this is the first time in 20 years that they've actually issued a watch. Here's some more updates. BNO News Live. Update from NOAA about the ongoing solar storm. I wish I could highlight this. Let me see. Right here, it confirms 7 Earth-directed CMEs are now entering the Earth's outer atmosphere. This is all basically this. This is basically just what we read. Okay. Sorry, I quickly put this together like within 10 minutes. So, solar ham. A severe geomagnetic storm continues with the KP index nearing the extreme G5 storm threshold. So we're like almost to a G5. Aurora is happening now across many locations, even at lower latitudes where it is dark outside. The KP index, here we're on NOAA's website, and they say the K index, and by extension, the planetary K index, are used to characterize the magnitude of geomagnetic storms. So it's just a way of showing how strong these storms are compared to each other. So this is where we're at right now. Okay. And so we're at an 8, but getting really close to a 9. So this is where we're at, I guess, right now, or at least the last time that it was updated. I don't know how often they update this. Here again are pictures across Europe, pink, purple, and red skies. Dr. C. Alex Young, Europe is lit up like an aurora explosion. We are seeing sustained KP of 8+ in Germany. Excuse me. In Germany, and aurora cams are going crazy. Wow. The likes of which, pick your favorite movie line to describe it. And this doesn't include New Zealand. Okay, Dr. Tamitha Skov, hashtag Aurora. Sorry about the cough. I'm going to go see my doctor. Hashtag Aurora is being seen in Italy and now France during this strengthening solar storm. Now, she says we will likely reach G5 levels with this storm, or with these storms. Thanks for reporting. So here's a picture. Not sure where that's at, but she thinks it is going to get to G5 levels. So we'll have to see. I can only assume that if it does, then the auroras are just going to be that much more intense. And then there's the potential harm to the power grid and other things, satellites. Tyler Metcalf, WSA Enlil forecast KP index. So this one, now I don't know what all these are. I'm not like a space weather person, but I can tell here's the number 9 on the KP index. And so this forecast, whatever this red line means, it corresponds with 180 degrees, goes into KP9. Model guidance is forecasting upwards of a KP9 for the geomagnetic storm that will slam Earth through tonight. All indications point to this possibly reaching a G5 extreme storm, and there may be significant impacts on Earth, including power grid issues, failures, power outages, transformers exploding, and much more, especially if this storm makes it to a G5. Now, I talked about this in the video that I did earlier today, but there was like a briefing today, like a press briefing, and I can't remember. I think it was NOAA that was doing it. And they were talking about the way that you personally should be prepared for this in case like this goes like really bad, is you prepare the same way that you would for any other disaster. You have emergency supplies, ideally your own generator, but just whatever you would need for just any other natural disaster. Because who knows, maybe there will be a power outage in your area. Do you have a plan for if there's no electricity for a few days, a few weeks? I don't think it would be as bad as a few weeks, but I don't know. Let's continue. Insider paper. So this is what they're seeing over there. It's a whole array of colors. Here's green, but there's also pink up here, like pink, purple, magenta. This one is like mostly red. So that's kind of apocalyptic. This one's a pretty bright pink and red. Purple. And then I don't know where this is, but check that out. Another one, Simeon Schwab. I don't know what that letter is. Is it Schwab or is it Schwass? I don't know. Almost certainly not the best hashtag Aurora shot I got tonight, but the first one that made it into the Lightroom. I really hope that I see something like this tonight. And I don't want to get your hopes up because I don't know what the chances are, but I hope that we all get to see this tonight. Chris Wickland Auroras. Austria looks something evil. Looks like something evil. I am speechless. Again, you know, auroras are a well-known phenomenon. There's nothing supernatural about this. It can be explained by science, but that's not the point. If you have a phenomenon like this, some unusual occurrence that takes place, that's enough for the Lord to put certain ideas into your mind to let you know, these are signs of the times. These are wonders in the heaven, signs and wonders in the heaven. Today, potentially, I'll have seen two. I'll have seen the sunspot that you can see with the naked eye with eclipse glasses, and potentially an aurora, which I've never seen in my entire life. And I'm sure there's a lot of other people like that as well that may see the aurora tonight. And if it's all like crazy red like this, then it just kind of heightens the experience. And then there's this. He has like a video. He's like recording a monitor. Sean O. Riordan. The southern aurora right now. Okay, what? The southern aurora right now, and it looks like end of world stuff. There you go. I don't know this guy's religion, but it doesn't really matter. He's like thinking end of the world. He probably doesn't actually think end of the world, but that thought is coming into his mind. Who knows? Maybe the Holy Ghost will work on him and kind of like develop that feeling and help him understand, no, yeah, this is actually a sign of the time, and this is unusual. And yeah. Never seen this before. The color and intensity is insane. Visible to naked eye. Amazing. So, I don't know. We might be in for an interesting weekend. But this comes as you have this like large tornado outbreak, which I made a video today about it. And I have it scheduled for tomorrow, I think at 1 p.m. Central, about the tornadoes, because it turns out there's a really interesting thing about this tornado outbreak, but I'll leave that for that video. But we've had all these tornadoes. We had the eclipse that went over the Kirtland Temple. The path of totality went over the Kirtland Temple. And now we have this crazy geomagnetic storm from 7 CMEs from a sunspot that's 17 times the width of Earth. And then who knows what else. We have this crazy war going on in Israel, also in Ukraine. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get back to this. Creative Gene, I'm in Alberta, Canada, so I will see it, I think. You probably see him all the time, you lucky duck. Lenzo, by the way, Jen was in Las Vegas last week, and I sent her a message because she said she was on the trip, or on the strip, and my ward, the best ward ever, covers the strip. She didn't come. Oh, yeah, I know. She told me about that trip that they were making. They were going to go to Death Valley in California and look at the stars. Um, Eve Dame, I think that's a moon. I'm not sure. Full moon emoji. Surpassing the blood red moons with blood red skies. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's something to think about. You know, it's just seeing auroras are not very common if you live in these lower latitudes. So I think for a lot of people, uh, it's going to leave a strong impression. It's already happening in Europe. Merry time event. Hello, folks. Please remember to give Jared a thumbs up. Whoop. So others will know he is live. Fireball Tim 1121. How long has this been happening, if I may ask? The CMEs just started hitting today, just like I don't know, maybe like 3 to 4 hours ago, I think. So it's like we're at the beginning part of this. Nick 64. It said even Seattle, Washington gets to see the aurora. Yeah. Let me pull this back up. Okay, where's the forecast? So Seattle is pretty well in this like darker green area. Seattle, Spokane, Coeur d'Alene. I don't know my Montana cities very well, but I'm sure like Helena, Bozeman, Great Falls. You have North and South Dakota, pretty much all of Minnesota. The upper half, the northern half of Iowa, the northern part of Nebraska, Wisconsin, Michigan, Chicago, probably Indianapolis. Indianapolis is like more like right here somewhere, I think. And then, of course, yeah, I didn't think about this. The Kirtland Temple right here by Cleveland. They are pretty much, those that live over there are pretty much in this area. Oh, that's kind of an interesting thing. If you're like from Kirtland and you see the eclipse, you know, the shadow of the moon go over the Kirtland Temple, and now, however many days later, it's only been, oh my gosh. The eclipse was on April 8th, and it's only May 10th. It's only barely a month since that happened. For me, that feels so long ago. Am I right about this? Yeah. March and then April 8th. And it's the 10th of May right now. It's only been like a month since the eclipse. And now the Kirtland Temple is going to see potentially red skies, purple skies, pink skies. That's kind of weird. I mentioned in the other video, one thing that, you know, catches my eye is that you have the Kansas City area, which is Jackson County, and then you also have Far West and Adirondack, which looks like they're in a pretty favorable place to see the aurora, as well as Winter Quarters, Council Bluffs. We talked about Kirtland. You have Palmyra, and then you have Salt Lake. Salt Lake is more in this like white colored area, kind of like me, but I don't know. I'm having a feel. I'm feeling like if this is a sign, I feel like this is going to be like the eclipses, where this phenomena is going to be seen from all these like significant church sites. That's kind of weird. Salt Lake, Winter Quarters, Council Bluffs, Kansas City, Far West, Adirondack, Nauvoo. Don't forget Nauvoo, Kirtland, Palmyra. Crazy. That's crazy. Eve Dame, amazing. Swan Teal, hi Jared. Me and my husband went outside around 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. and we just saw sun sitting orange and pink color. Sun setting orange and pink color where we are in England. Nothing else. Well, I don't know. Maybe give it some time. Let me see if I can pull up that website again. I think they're experiencing a lot of traffic right now because I wasn't able to pull. Oh, here we go. Let's look at Europe. if it'll pull up. So this is actually this is based off of universal time. So um, let me go to the next one. So this would be for tonight. So most of the UK is pretty much in this area, except for like the very southern part. But so I don't know. Maybe just wait till it's darker. I don't know. Maybe just check it again in like half an hour or something like that. But I want to say that like some of these pictures were coming in from France and from Italy. Let me excuse me. Let me go back here. Did I have that mentioned in any of these? Germany. So if we go back here, yeah, kind of probably like in this area. Edinburgh. So that's in the UK. Where was this again? This is Austria. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe just give it some time. Nicholas W. Oh wait, no, hold on. Let me go back up. Fireball Tim 1121. Oh, you know what? Taylor Swift's concert started when that was happening. No wonder internet kept cutting out. Yeah, maybe. He comes for his bride to be. I hope so. Howdy from Rowdy. A long series of pink and blue hearts, but the pink hearts have an arrow through it, but the blue hearts are okay. Lisa Jex. Jared, if you look up April 6, 2000, the day of Palmyra Temple dedication, search celestial events. You'll find images that look even more spectacular than these photos. Huh, okay. You mean like auroras or something like that? I wonder if I'll be able to find this very easily. April 6, 2000. First, I'll just look at Aurora. Or I'll search Aurora. Harvard. The Great Aurora and Geomagnetic Storm of 2000. April 6th through 7th. Oh my gosh, this may have taken it to a new level. Well, it just pulls up a paper, but let me show it to you. It pulls up a paper. This is on adsabs.harvard.edu, and it looks like it's a paper titled "The Great Aurora and Geomagnetic Storm of 2000, April 6th through 7th." Okay, so this must be like the abstract. The event was heralded at Universal Time 1530 on April 6th by a sudden increase, followed by a dramatic decrease in the strength of the horizontal component H of the Earth's magnetic field, as recorded at the writer's home. Northern Hemisphere observers saw a spectacular display, and even South Africans at the low geomagnetic latitude of 20 degrees south experienced the rare sighting of an Aurora australis. Is that how it's pronounced? Oh, this is crazy. I wonder if this could be like some kind of bookend thing, you know? It was obviously significant that the Palmyra Temple was constructed, and then the dedication, it happened on April 6th, right? Excuse me. So on the Savior's birthday, and it was the 77th temple. The 77th. And it was one of the temples, one of only two that I know of, the Nauvoo and the Palmyra Temple, that they broadcast like church wide. It was like that important. So if that happened for the Palmyra Temple, And now, a month after the Kirtland Temple came back into the church and we're having maybe something similar, there might be something to that. I'm going to see if I can find some pictures. There's something from PBS Nova. And it looks like a website from 2000. Let's see. Let me just make sure this is something worth looking at. Oh, it kind of is. Okay. Let me switch it to window. Okay, so I'll zoom in. So, Nova. Gallery of Auroras. The Aurora Borealis, or Northern Lights, illuminates the sky over Stockholm on April 6, 2000. The red and yellow-green colors of this auroral display are due to oxygen gas hovering at 2 different altitudes. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Pull up the thing. So you got that. That's over Stockholm. This is Iceland. Alaska. You know, Earth's atmosphere from orbit. Some kind of thing. This color-coded image of our world at night during a display of the Aurora Borealis. And so it shows the position of the northern lights. Blue, and so yeah, as you would expect, you have this like light blue. There's a little bit of light blue over here between Japan and China. There's another image. What? Oh, it's a satellite. No, the satellite recorded this image, the first of its kind, showing the complete loop of the Aurora Borealis encircling the North Pole. Okay, well, it looks like nonsense to me, so let's just move on. Here's another one. Oh, now we're looking at auroras on other planets. Okay. Man, I'm gonna have you know what? That is a church specific sign. The aurora, like having the, what did that paper call it? The Great Aurora Geomagnetic Storm of 2000, April 6 through 7. I'm going to have to add that to my spreadsheet for church specific signs. What are the chances that you'd have something like that on the day that the Palmyra Temple was dedicated? Let me do a search. The Great, okay. The Great, my memory sometimes, the Great Aurora and Geomagnetic Storm. Aurora and Geomagnetic Storm. Well, there's a bunch of like what looks like older websites. Look at this, spaceweather.com. But there's nothing there. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. Richard Tong, I just got some photos here in England. Amazing pink and green colors. Oh, feel free to shoot those to me if you want, and I'll put them on the Facebook account and also the community tab for you, and also Instagram. Kara Hatch, I'm convinced that area is where the 10 tribes come from. Maybe. I don't subscribe to the main group idea, but I could be wrong. Hopefully they come sooner than later if I'm wrong. M. James, I sure hope we see it. Betty Horn, hey, I made it. Lisa Jex, I will send you an email with the link. It was totally unexpected. Awesome. Like, what, are you like sending it right now? You don't have to. I'm just going to check the email really quick to see if that's what you did. No. Okay. The books of academia, 45 days left before the earthquakes. Woo. Too bad I can't comment from safehaven _6 24. Read DNC 45. 77 days after the eclipse. Like today is 77. Oh, like so you think that something's going to happen 77 days after the eclipse? Peace sign with blue and purple, with a blue and purple hand. Dean TK421. Hey Jared from Las Vegas. Lenzo, more Vegas in the house. We're taking over. Lisa Jex, look up science nasa.gov. Well, okay. I'll do that. Science nasa.gov. April 6, 2000. That didn't pull up anything. You'll probably just have to send it to me. Okay. Zealously striving. Vegas also. Man, what's up with all the Vegas people? You guys are in the wrong place today to see the aurora. Anticipating Christ's return. Hey. What's the topic for today? Well, I'm pretty much wrapping up at this point. We've been going for 37 minutes. But yeah, let me just close with this. There's a very good chance for a lot of you that you'll be able to see the aurora tonight. If you're in Europe, you should be able to probably see it right now in a lot of places. And then in the United States. Let me just pull up this map again. This Aurora forecast from the University of Alaska Fairbanks. So if you're like in this green area right here, and even all the way down to this dark green line, you have a chance of seeing the aurora tonight because there's currently a geomagnetic storm that's taking place because the sun right here just shot out all these coronal mass ejections, and they're currently, as we speak, hitting Earth. If the sun is still up where you're at, and it is here, and if you have eclipse glasses, go outside, look at the sun, and you should be able to see the sunspot that's producing these CMEs because it's that large that you can see it with the naked eye using solar eclipse glasses. And then probably one of the more interesting, so a few of the interesting things, there are 7 CMEs that were shot toward Earth. Before doing this live stream, they were saying 5, but now it's 7. So that makes me think of, symbolism. And then now that sunspot has grown to 17 Earths wide. Before it was 15, and then they said 16, and now they're saying 17. So we talk about 17 sometimes on the channel. President Nelson is the 17th president of the church. And then this really interesting thing about the Great Aurora, the Great Aurora and Geomagnetic Storm of 2000, April 6th through 7th. So the day that the Palmyra Temple was dedicated. There was some other event that took place then, and maybe what's happening right now, just a month after the Kirtland Temple came back into the church. Maybe it's some kind of bookend or something like that. All right, well, that's going to be it for this one, you guys. If you're new, if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe. Like this video if you liked it. Leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. I have some really good videos coming out tomorrow, especially the one about Utah and the tornadoes. And I'll talk to you guys later.